Hey, welcome, Xbox Developer Direct. This is a showcase led by Xbox, obviously, where it is deeper dives into the games that they're developing or publishing. It is developer interviews more so than game. It's more spread out and slow. So just keep in mind that it's going to be a little bit of a slower, comfy vibe for this showcase. But you still will be sold and advertised games just like any other showcase. But more of a chill vibe. We know 3 of the games that are going to be shown at this showcase and 1 mystery game. Keep in mind, just to set expectations high, a few years ago, I think it might have been the first or second one of these that they ever held. It's where Hi-Fi Rush got shadow dropped. This is the place where we first saw Hi-Fi Rush and where it released. So there could be big things in this showcase. Or it could just be chill. You know, the more swears you have in your YouTube video, the more they fast track you to partner. Is that how that... Oh, maybe that's why I've been messing up. Man, maybe that's why I'm lacking YouTube partner. That's crazy. Maybe that's what I have to do. Maybe I have to start every YouTube video with like a compilation of swears.
What the scallop? I'm Goofy Goober!
Hi, Tamus. How are you? Team Ninja. These are the developers of Neo, Lost Ronin, whatever that was called. Ninja Gaiden. I'm pleased to announce exciting news about one of our flagship action series. Without further ado, please take a look. Yes, Arkman.
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world.
I did not know they did Dead or Alive.
Was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja. However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrated the facility. Commencing mission.
Huh? Is Team Ninja not making this?
No escape.
So is this Team Ninja published?
This is it. Ryu Hayabusa.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here.
Is this a dual protagonist Ninja Gaiden? Or was that like young Ninja Gaiden?
Raven.
Back off, Hayabusa. I
No.
will execute my mission.
Ninja Gaiden 4.
世界中の町人の皆さん、
To all the Master Ninja around the world after more than 10 years, we are excited to announce Ninja Gaiden 4, a new mainline entry in this high-speed where you become an ultimate ninja and take on relentless enemies in fierce combat. Ninja Gaiden 4 is a collaboration between Team Ninja and Platinum Games. The action bona fides of Platinum Games need no introduction, and include great action games such as Bayonetta and Nier Automata. To mark Ninja Gaiden 4's arrival after more than a decade, we are crafting an adventure with a new Master Ninja protagonist, Yakumo, set in a fresh world, where players can immerse themselves in a brand new experience. The trailer you just saw also featured Ryo Hayabusa, who will also play a pivotal role in the story. Ryo's motives will be revealed as the story unfolds and lead him to a clash with Yakumo. The story takes place in Tokyo, which has been devastated by the rain of dark rot caused by the Dark Dragon. The rain signals that the Dark Dragon is still alive, and peace will not return to Tokyo until the rain comes to an end. Our new hero, Yakumo, a young ninja from the Raven clan, a rival of the Hayabusa clan, dives into battle in the capital of Tokyo to defeat the Dark Dragon and bring peace to the world. We are persevering the dark, hardcore atmosphere in the series. With curses and chaotic landscapes, the world evokes a heightened sense of danger at every turn. Over the course of the game, the city will succumb to the curse, causing buildings to collapse and roads to warp, creating dangerous situations. Tokyo has been completely devastated by a certain incident, and is flooded with friends and adversaries. Listen, I gotta read fast, okay? Making you feel like the whole world is baring its fangs against you. The environments feature enhanced verticality. Yakumo will use ninja techniques, tools, and familiar combat skills to overcome thrilling challenges. We have added many dynamic and exhilarating situations where Yakumo will traverse by rail, swing across gaps, heightening the thrill of the game's movement. There are various scenarios, challenges, and hidden items waiting to be discovered. The protagonist, Yakumo, is following in Ryo Hayabusa's footsteps. He's still young, but is a genius ninja carrying the weight of the Raven clan's honor. We've designed him to be someone who can stand alongside Ryu and a potential master ninja of the next generation. Standing in the way of Yakumo and the Divine Dragon Order, the organization responsible for policing it and guarding the seal of the Dark Dragon, a horde of demons lurking throughout the world. Of course, fiends also make their return. While we can't reveal details at this time, there will be brand new characters as well as some familiar ones that series fans will be happy to see. So stay tuned for a future announcement. Ninja Gaiden 4 heightens the speed of battle, with combat against enemies occurring at breakneck speed. Reminds me of Ghost of Tsushima, that's a different game. Ghost Runner. Yakumo can use the new Bloodbind Ninjutsu Nue style to unleash dynamic attacks, opening up new ways to take on multiple enemies at once. Nue style features a wide range of instant kill attacks never before seen in a Ninja Gaiden game. Players can use these attacks to quickly reverse the tide of combat when vastly outnumbered. Of course, there are also intense 1v1 battles. Enemy guard and block, just like the player, leading to intense and fair combat scenarios. Players need to keep a close eye on enemy movements and assess the perfect time to strike. The Nue style brings an exciting evolution to the action of Ninja Gaiden. I hope they bring the old Ninja Gaiden trilogy to Game Pass.
特にアクションに関しては
When it comes to action, we closely discuss every detail, such as the feel and balance on a daily basis.
密なやり取りをさせていただいていま
This
す
guy's more my speed. The new protagonist, Yakumo, has a slightly different combat style from Ryu,
その中でも
but we are confident the action will feel right at home in the Ninja Gaiden series.
例えばカラス
What distinguishes Yakumo are his two combat styles, Raven and Nue
それらが
style.
持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて
So I can't use Nue on Hayabusa, which can be used strategically. That's gone.
滅却絶技など
Turning obliteration and ultimate techniques is also part of the dynamic of speedy combat, and are tools in Yakumo's arsenal.
雲と竜はやぶさは
Yakumo and Ryu both offer unique gameplay
に
style,
なっていますのでさまざまな戦闘バリエ
giving
ーショ
players
ン
limitless variety when battling enemies. There's no chance for me to talk.
そして竜
Both characters can perform legacy abilities like the Flying Swallow in Izuna's whatever, as well as new unique movesets that we hope you'll look forward to in this new Ninja Gaiden.
にご期待ください
How long is this showcase? Hour and a half.
忍者ガイデンシリー
You're
ズ
staying true to the challenge and deep action that defines Ninja Gaiden series,
体験の継承さらに我々プラチ
while
ナゲームズ
incorporating the speed and dynamic expression of Platinum Games.
ダイナミックな演出も取り入れ進化した正
We are putting all our efforts into making this a true mainline sequel that continues to evolve the
容赦
series.
ない敵とのいか
Our
なる
aim is to deliver a fair and engaging combat experience where players can experience the thrills of battling relentless enemies.
皆様に進化した忍者
I
ガイデ
can't
ン
wait for you to get your hands on this new entry in the Ninja Gaiden
シリーズファ
series.
ンはもちろんのこと
The game will delight both series fans and newcomers. Does this not look good to you, Quack?
なっておりますので
This game will both. It's gone. Please look forward to the game's launch.
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと
It's been many years since we stealthily, like ninjas, teamed up to begin creating Ninja Gaiden 4. We're so happy to be able to share it with you.
2025年秋に本作を
We
皆
look
様
forward
に
to
お
delivering
届
it
け
to
で
you
き
in
ます楽し
fall
みにしています
2025.
続報にもぜひご期待ください
'Cause that game looks great to me. That looks awesome. The old Ninja Gaidens also look awesome. They were just speaking so quickly. I feel like I couldn't put in a word. You know what I mean? But it looks amazing. That looks really, really good to me.
ご覧ください
I look forward to giving that a shot. It feels very Ninja Gaiden is like the series that kind of Ninja Gaiden gets attributed with starting the Dark Souls combat that we later experience in those games, and which obviously inspired so many after them. Ninja Gaiden very much is the inspiration for that, a lot of people think. So, as well as Monster Hunter. So I'm very curious of these games and how they feel compared to some of the experiences that I enjoy out of the Elden Rings and the Dark Souls and the Bloodborns and so on and so forth. You know? But most of my touchstone with Ninja Gaiden isn't the Ninja Gaiden trilogy, but rather it's the OG like the NES and SNES games. That's my touchstone. So I don't know. So I'm hoping that they're bringing the trilogy to Game Pass. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年
Ninja Gaiden 2 first released on Xbox 360 in 2008 and garnered acclaim for its violence and high-speed battles.
今作忍者ガイデン2ブラックでは
Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is the definitive edition of the game,
リアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィック
honoring the style of the original with significantly revamped graphics using Unreal Engine 5.
開発いたしました綺麗なグラフィックでお楽しみ
In
いただき
addition to the lush visuals,
に加え
players can enjoy playing as Ayane, Miji, and Rachel.
そして本作は本日
We're excited to announce that you can download it on console, PC, and Game Pass today. But not the rest of the trilogy, only that one
シ
game.
リーズを長年応援いただいている
Only
皆
the
様
single game.
本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様も忍者ガイデン4の発売前に
Alright.
本作をお楽しみください今年はチーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり
Hang on.
本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイデン4を含め
He's
2025
beating
年
himself.
の忍者の年イヤーオブザ忍者となりますぜひ忍者ガイデンシリーズの展開にご注目ください本日はありがとうございました
Okay, now that I'm done being the translator, Now that I'm done being the translator, we can actually have a chill vibe where I can actually speak, you know what I mean? Where I can actually say words that are my own. Out of everything shown at this showcase, this is the game that I'm looking forward to the most. South of Midnight looks so fucking good.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few.
For gore about this game, this is from the developers of We Happy Few.
Drama and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel...
Never heard of that? You've definitely seen it.
It's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
Its visuals are insane. The game was just mid, though.
It is really picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shit, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Wouldn't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the show.
Me when I start mumbling and Quack calls me out in chat for mumbling.
Right now.
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel.
I recognize Hazel's voice from somewhere, but I don't know where.
Hazel may start her journey as
Oh,
a typical
wow.
19-year-old.
I don't recognize her face.
Disastrous events will push
must have been in some
her
different
to a
game
darkly magical
that I
world
played?
where
Maybe?
she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving, an ancient magical power that redefines her trajectory in life.
The land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver. Someone who can see
You gained the ability to knit! Let's go! You can finally make a sweater! Let's go! Yeah, let's go!
fabric binding our worlds, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
You up here?
Oh yeah, also Jar Jar Binks is in this game.
Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey. All of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional...
Croissant, is there an all chat in Infinity Nikki?
Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities.
Like a chat box
Those
somewhere?
abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As her journey unfolds, Hazel will master new weaving abilities, using them to traverse the world.
No? Can you name creatures or anything? What I'm asking is, like, you should try naming something or saying, like, Free Taiwan somewhere, since it's, like, a Chinese game. Because that's, like, a whole thing in Marvel Rivals right now, is that in Marvel Rivals you can't type Free Taiwan or anything like that.
Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
It, like, gets blocked. You can't say Winnie the Pooh, it gets blocked.
Each ain't has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed.
Why Winnie the Pooh? I guess president? I don't know what his Prime Minister? I don't know what his official title is. the leader of China, I don't know, got made fun of that he looks like Winnie the Pooh one time, and now he hates it, and in turn, any mention of him looking like Winnie the Pooh gets banned, so you just aren't allowed to say Winnie the Pooh in Marvel Rivals.
Advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt and stun their attack. Then, press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time.
Imagine if Trump banned Cheetos.
Enemies can be unraveled.
I feel like we don't need to imagine it. I think it's reality. I think it'll happen.
The added benefit of providing L boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize. The upgrades will change how you approach combat, like enhancing area of effect attacks, or refining push and pull skills to improve precision
in the Rich.
And make them feel more rewarding. The combat system is fast and responsive, built around chaining attacks, landing precise strikes, and unraveling enemies.
You mind if I take a look around?
You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history.
What happened to her mom?
You'll gradually uncover the backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a weaver, Hazel heals these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
What kind of person would do that?
Did you not notice the mom's house get swept in the swamp? No, I was too busy yapping.
To reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it.
Now that I don't have to play translator, I'm free to yap.
To unique music themes composed for each one. While not all encounters lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them. Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around a specific thematic. These encounters feature multiple phases that ramp up in complexity. As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight.
Oh, like a hack and slash.
It's Two-Toed Tom or Hugging Molly. Each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
That's really cool.
Long journey ahead.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal swamps
Show Jar Jar!
to farmlands.
Show Jar Jar! Give me Jar Jar!
Decaying buildings reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugula. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
Looks like there's outfit cosmetics. He's wearing a different outfit in the last scene.
South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and haint blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits. The weight of the past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy with them.
Artistically, we're staying true to our moody compulsion signature style. But this time, we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation, which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to
I wonder if this is going to cause motion sickness.
we embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories.
I like the style.
To adapt how they look and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
At Compulsion Games, we love to craft around central themes. We're lucky to have talent across all our disciplines that collaborate to give South of Midnight such
Kuro, how you doing?
We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into South of Midnight. We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available on Xbox and Steam.
Oh, they didn't show Jar Jar. I'm looking forward to that game quite a bit. That might be like, out of everything that Xbox has, like, out of everything Xbox has, like, briefly talked about, because, like, they haven't fully talked about a lot of things. That one is, like, my most exciting one. Because, like, Fable hasn't really shown anything, you know what I mean? Like, there's a whole bunch that they haven't shown. But I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. Low FPS looking stuff always makes me want to throw up. I wonder how it's going to look during gameplay.
On our first game, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century Belle
This is a game with a insane cast. The actor for Clive from Final Fantasy 16 is in this, Ben Starr. He's the main guy.
I grew up with and loved, but that
and
the latest tech. Refresh the genre with new features.
They keep talking about wanting to redefine what a quote JRPG is. We shouldn't say JRPG, by the way. That's kind of a racist term. We should call it turn-based RPG. Which kind of feels wrong to me, to be like, hey, I'm gonna redefine the JRPG as not a Japanese person. You know, to say I'm gonna redefine the turn-based RPG, that's fine. But to be like, I'm gonna redefine JRPG as a not Japanese person,
It was really clicked when we tested the first
you
version
know?
of these features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
But hey, you know, if the game's good, the game's good.
On game elements, a vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the following week and joined the team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts with a strong creative...
An ad break is about to start, but here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pause this, and first off, I'm gonna show you We Happy Few. Because you've definitely, y'all have definitely seen it before. It's been around the bend. That's not my birthday. It looks like this. This, like, imagery of, like, this...
Rated product, not yet.
No. Of, like, these faces with these masks on. Like, that went around everywhere when this game was, like, coming out. And stop that. Of, like, this face and stuff. Like, this was everywhere. Yeah, it's a game that is about taking joy, which makes you happy, but it also makes you blind to reality. And the main character is, like, avoiding the use of joy. It's a whole thing. Conceptually, it looks really cool. It sounds really cool. Gameplay-wise, it is an open-world survival action game. Which was not fun for me, at the very least. I did not enjoy that. That was not fun. But, you know, this one is like a third-person action game, a very different thing, so we'll see.
4 elements. A story with great emotional depth. Gameplay that innovates on the classics we love. And a world that is completely original, beautiful, and immersive. We founded Central Interactive on these tenets. A group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something great.
I understand it's cool. Is there an actual purpose to 3D printing the models from the game?
Core to every great RPG is a compelling story. And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook. 67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
We should have that in real life, but the age is stagnant as 65.
Expeditioners, we honor your dedication.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but...
Wow, no, hang on. Oh, okay. Oh, we're not with that? Okay. We should have that, but like, it's for your bank account. If your bank account ever makes money past a certain point, you immediately die. If you make more than $1 billion, dead.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets.
The heart of the story is about overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief.
What's that at 75?
The characters' relationships, both to each other.
$75?
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you.
I think 175 is better. $175?
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family.
Nothing good comes after 75.
Protocol doesn't cover every
76.
contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel, whose darkest days have already happened.
Years old, Drew? I am years old, yeah.
Actually,
26, actually.
I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
I don't know if this will be great or not. I hope it is. I'm willing to give it a shot. I usually don't like turn-based combat. I can't see...
Real.
I'm happy to be proven wrong.
It's not all
I can't see how
along the way, they meet
this game will be better than Persona. You know what I mean? Because, like, to me, when I see this combat, as a person that hasn't played Persona or this, when I see this combat, it looks like Persona to me.
What are you doing?
Just need the foot. Aha!
Or, more recently, that
very,
one video
very
game. Dang it, what's it called?
Has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a just troll.
Not Shin Megami Tensei, that's the other one.
View battle as a form of meditation.
Yeah, what is the new Atlas game?
You'll meet Monoko and many other just trolls across the game.
Not Nier. Not Code Rain. The new Atlas game.
Who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Eske is that powerful?
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world. And if you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Everyone
Metaphor, thank you.
For joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc.
The heads are weirdly big.
I think players will really connect with.
In addition to a strong narrative, we have a clear vision for our own take on the genre's core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional...
Yeah, it looks like Metaphor combat to me.
And adds real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism. During enemy
and I don't think QuickTime events are going to make that less of the case. So, like, I don't know. I think
turn-based with real-time mechanics took a long time to get right.
I need to hear from the turn-based nerds, you know what I mean?
Found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counter.
It's like Persona mixed with Paper Mario.
Part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character. We spend a lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game. Each character has a unique mechanic. Male switches between stances, which can ultimately boost...
Also, the main guy looks like Robert Pattinson.
I like to make Mel the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustave's complementary skills. The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects,
guy looks like Robert
which
Pattinson.
in our game are called Lumina. Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and hundreds of passive effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons. So there are a ton of builds and playstyle to explore. Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design that we probably never even imagined.
Our story is set in the French fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the Gestural Village is an early area in the game where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like.
I feel like that defines my aesthetic.
Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where
this dude hella enunciates. English probably isn't his first language.
Pretty much what the Gestrals are like.
Since the studio, since everyone else speaking seems French.
Sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels. I designed it as a vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Gestrals, or forgotten wooden toys in a box, with two main colors, red and white. I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in. Same process with the characters.
Everyone else didn't enunciate like he is. Depends on how you learn English.
Like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Everyone else wasn't attempting an American accent.
Could I? Ow!
He is.
Definitely a Gestral.
For Escape, we needed a cuddly
They were just speaking English in their French accent.
Of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs.
Well, I don't know about all that.
We start with the core.
I've met many people who English wasn't their first language, but when they speak English, they speak it like that, where it's
from the very start
incredibly
of the project,
accurate.
There was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older geographies.
Doesn't really have to do with the amount of languages you know.
But it's very rare.
It depends on how you learn English.
A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map.
Yes, we have a world map.
Create, both artistically and technically, and it ended up a lot.
He said that like that was a big reveal, but it's like, okay.
Need SK's help traveling around.
Here we go.
We're super happy with the result, though, as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years. That's why we're delighted to announce that
Bold design choice, playing as a flying prolapsed asshole.
On Xbox Series
I think you
X
mean a
and S,
good design
and
choice.
is available day one with Xbox Game Pass. You can already wishlist the game and follow us for more info.
We are super
I'll definitely give this one a try. I don't know. You know?
We are
I don't know.
a passionate team. It's our debut game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story.
I'm just not a turn-based boy.
Take on the turn-based genre.
That's why I'm like,
On behalf of everyone at Sunn,
them saying that they're trying something different with turn-based is like, hey, good on you, but like, it doesn't really, you know?
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
I don't like this. That made me uncomfortable. Every single one of them was like, hey, Expedition 33. Expedition 33. It's like, fucking back up. Doom time! Doom time! I wonder who's the composer on this one. Because it's not Mick.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas.
Hi, Marty.
Of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on its tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
Am I the only one that wants a new IP?
To share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid I mouthed the words.
Like, don't get me wrong, this looks awesome. I just want something new.
In Doom the Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom the Dark Ages will be the perfect.
He was wearing a cowboy hat while working.
And if you're a longtime fan,
take that off, dog. You're inside.
In a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really.
How you know that they're in Dallas?
So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom the Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the mechanics of Doom Eternal. And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom the Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw. Block. Throw. Parry.
Flying is for wusses. Go body tackle the problem. I mean, like, it was a big complaint of the last game of Doom Eternal that it was so, like, you were so airborne in that game. So a lot of people complained about it. I didn't care. I thought Doom Eternal was great.
In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom the Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
That being said, this shield makes me come. So I'll enjoy it. I'll have a good time.
Give you the strength to go head to head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created it in.
Because after all, I am the parry god.
But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight,
once you get me going, I don't stop.
That opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or maybe an electrified gauntlet. Or even a Doom spiked mace. That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee.
But not the fucking Crucible sword?
One input, complete with combos and upgrades. And it's totally
alright.
And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the horde.
Very different from the set animations of the last games.
And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger.
The trigger.
That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created.
Ooh, look at that arcing.
Mean. Ancient. Brutal torture machine.
Ancient while showing a double-barrel shotgun.
Impale.
So ancient. It's so old.
Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay.
What if they showed a musket instead? It's like so
ancient. With the enemies and the environments.
An AR-15 is so ancient, so old. What is this? What is this? 2005? Like, what is this? Give me something new, like a fucking pulse rifle. Come on, ancient. What are you talking about? You can practically smell the grandparent on this submachine gun. Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about, ancient? Fucking show the flail when you're saying ancient. Looks like there's color-based attacks, so like you can only parry green. Which I don't quite love, but that's fine.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed
the Ubisoft method
of the game to whatever fits them best. You can slow things down or speed them up. It's a Doom for
oh my
all Slayers.
god, chat. Oh my god. Show me that again.
And the game or speed them up.
So it looks like it goes to 150. Come back. So it looks like it goes up to 150%. You know I'm turning that all the way up, and I'm turning parry window all the way up. I assume up is bad for that, unless that's like 500 milliseconds, unless that's what that means, in which case I'm turning it down. But you know I'm turning that game speed all the way up, and I'm turning parry window all the way down. Come on. You know?
It's a Doom for all Slayers. And the game
Give me that fast-paced challenge.
We finally have for you. We've been waiting for 2 games now.
Yes!
Pilot your very own
Finally!
30-story Atlas, which is a mech. It's the size of a building. It's powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And
Finally! I've wanted that since 2016! I don't care about this. I care about the mech, okay?
They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The power fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun. And as cool as all that is...
But no sword?
Fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience.
Not the same.
So we're excited
I wanted the mech with the big sword.
Gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages.
I'm alright with it. You know, it's still a giant mech, but I want big sword mech.
Take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe, mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past.
How can you not care about giant robot dragon? Okay, I like giant robot dragon. I haven't been waiting, what, 9 years for giant robot dragon? I've been waiting 9 years for mech, okay?
Powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of
Yeah, this part is not what we play Doom for. I don't care about the exploration part of this.
to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction.
Yeah, the unfortunate part of this is that I know they're gonna shit on and not tell a good story. Like, not only not tell a good story, but also shit on the fact that they're not telling a good story. And be like, yeah, we're not gonna tell a good story. We know you're here for the gameplay. When in reality, I want the story as well. So it's like all of this stuff they're talking about, I already know that they're gonna immediately poo-poo on it, and I don't want that. I want them to tell a story.
Discovering
But no.
caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources. You control the pace of the game. Where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't
Also, you're right. The music hasn't been hitting so far, but they haven't really been like showcasing it.
And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything else in the game,
Jack, can someone look up something for me?
it's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line.
Can someone look up...
Are the star of the show.
Because I have like a vague memory of this, but it could be wrong. Can someone look up if Mick Gordon is composing Expedition 33 right now?
The balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players.
God damn.
It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters,
Let's go!
old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly
They're actually telling a story?
Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make, and make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom: The Dark Ages releases,
Lorian Testard. Testard. What a name.
I cannot move.
Okay, I was wrong.
You will feel like the superweapon in the
May
center of the
15th.
medieval war against hell.
All of Hazel's powers
April
are
8th?
designed around
Oh, wow.
textile crafting and spinning wheels.
I didn't see the release date at the end of that one. That's soon.
And unraveling enemies.
Our reactive turn-based
Also
system
April.
has real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism.
And then fall.
リングやシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。
皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
New adventures. New stories. New worlds. All with Game Pass. Thanks for watching. The Ninja Gaiden 2's on Game Pass? It'll come back, give it time. Boop. Oh yeah, look at that. I still wish it was the trilogy. I still wish it was more than just Ninja Gaiden 2. Apparently he's touring. There's actually no news for Mick Gordon recently. Yeah, that makes sense. He did Majora's Mask, Hollow Knight, and Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door. Well, he didn't work on those games. I think he's just doing those elsewhere. I think that's like his tour thing, yeah. Because at least Hollow Knight, I know for a fact, is Christopher Larkin. Oh, are you talking about Lorian Testard? Oh, I don't know. I don't know about him. But I know Hollow Knight was primarily composed by Christopher Larkin. And I imagine Majora's Mask was probably Koji Kondo. But I don't know. Lorian, apparently. I wonder what he did on those. Or what. Because Majora's Mask, that doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, that was the developer_direct. We got Ninja Gaiden 4 plus Ninja Gaiden 2 out today. South of Midnight in April, Expedition 33 in April, and Doom: The Dark Ages in May. I kind of said those backwards, but don't worry about it. Very soon, all of those. I'm excited. I'm going to touch all of these games. Ninja Gaiden 4 and 2 are the exceptions. I don't think I'm going to play those. Maybe way down the line, but not off launch. Mainly because I don't want to just play Ninja Gaiden 2. I don't want to just play Ninja Gaiden 4. If I'm playing Ninja Gaiden, I want the whole trilogy. And the rest of it, as far as I know, isn't on Game Pass. So, like, and I don't really want to dive into it if they're not... Like if they were on Game Pass, I would debate it more. But if I look up Ninja Gaiden here... Oh, they kind of are. Are these? Oh, they kind of have them. Yeah, they have them. Oh, hey. Okay, then maybe I will. Maybe I will dive into these. We got Ninja Gaiden E. Is that the original Ninja Gaiden? I have no idea. Okay, I'll have to look into this more. This product is included in the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. Okay, so this is probably the original. Okay, maybe we'll dive into those. Maybe we'll give those a shot and dive into the Ninja Gaiden series in prep for 4. We'll see. But what I do know is that I'm very excited for South of Midnight. South of Midnight, again, might be like my most looked forward to Xbox game of recent times. I'll give Expedition 33 a try, but I might not attach to it. And I've played every Doom game so far since 2016, so I played Eternal as well. So I'll definitely be playing Dark Ages, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if they poo-poo story, so, you know. Yeah, it's a showcase. Chill time.